Hope your Tuesday's going great. We are super excited to be joined live in the studio by Jada Davis. She is Miss Milwaukee 2022. You can check it out on the live stream if you go to Twitter or Facebook for WTMJ. Jada, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. It's so good to have you here. So it was, I think, 10 days ago when you won Miss Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Take us inside that moment. What was that like?
It was an incredible moment just to be surrounded by other great young women and to come out on top at the end of it was super shocking to me. So I'm glad to be here and to have this experience for sure.
Now, so many young women in the pageant world are in pageant after pageant after pageant. Was this new to you? Is this part of what your history has been?
No, this was all a new process for
Wow.
me. Miss Milwaukee was my second time competing, and just to be trying something new, that was my initial goal going into everything.
So when people ask you what it means to be Miss Milwaukee, how do you describe why it's special and what it means to you?
Right now, it's really special because I am the first Black woman to be crowned Miss Milwaukee, and to have a piece of history be part of my life during Women's History Month is one of the most special things about this experience.
Yeah.
Jada, congratulations.
Thank you so
first
much.
and foremost. And I'm curious a little bit behind the scenes. What's the preparation like when it comes to these pageants, whether it's Miss Milwaukee, Miss Wisconsin, Miss America? What's that like behind the scenes?
Yeah, there's 4 categories of competition. So there's social impact initiative, there's a talent portion, there is red carpet, and then an interview segment. And we basically prepare for each of those parts of the competition and just practicing your interviews, practicing your talent, and also getting more involved with your social impact. You really want to start to, actually create an impact in whatever community you're representing.
So let's talk about a couple of those. Tell us about your social impact.
Yeah, my impact initiative is what's wrong with being confident. And my goal is to bridge the gap between different generations so that we can have conversations about how we can build our confidence and inspire our younger women to start their confidence journeys early, just so they can be inspired that, never stop at the first no, keep going, and just hear other women's stories too.
So can confidence be related to mental health? We talk about mental health, which is tied to self-esteem and feeling good about yourself and realizing why you're a winner. How do they all tie together?
Yeah, I think all of those things, even body image, all tie into confidence. I think that they are separate and distinct things. You can have a lack of confidence and still, be struggling with your mental health.
Mhm.
But I think that having a positive mental views and positive views of your body are all playing into how confident you feel, and just empowering each of those things is important.
I love that you're talking about confidence. I think in the world as women, sometimes confidence can be misconstrued as being bossy or other terms. How do you differentiate to the younger generation confidence and, being maybe too forward or, having too much confidence? I guess, how would you differentiate that to
Yeah.
a younger generation?
I would say there's a difference between being confident and being cocky. So
Mhm.
confidence is the way that you feel about yourself and how you carry yourself, but being cocky is pushing that on other people and thinking that you're better than someone. So you never want to think that you are ahead of the game or that you're better than others, because that's when you fall.
Talking to Jada Davis. She is Miss Milwaukee 2022. So you're a student, right?
Yes.
At Marquette?
At Marquette
What are you
University Law
studying?
School.
Law school.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? What do you want to turn that into?
I hope to practice entertainment and or family law after graduating next year. So
I'm curious what your inspiration, like going into law, sometimes maybe there's a family member or someone that's inspired you to do that.
I am a first generation college student.
That's
So ever since I was younger, I wanted to pursue law, and it's always been something that has been in the back of my head. And when it was time to make the decision on what I wanted to do, I stuck with it.
So your career ambition, I'm reading on some of your information, is the dancing lawyer.
Yeah.
This ties into, I wanted to ask you what your talent was too. Tell us about what your talent was in the competition and how that carries over to your career ambition.
Yeah. So my talent while competing is a contemporary piece choreographed by Morgan Williams, and it is to Dear Black Girl by Candace Nicholas Littman. And that's a spoken word piece, and I wanted something more impactful, and I think spoken word really resonated with me in that aspect.
So is it kind of marrying together that art and education and molding them together for your career?
Yeah, that's definitely my goal. Just to prove that the two can coexist and why arts are so important in education and to keep arts in schools because those two can coexist and they belong together.
Jada, you have such a large platform now. What's your message to young girls out there who may have lofty goals like you that maybe seem unachievable? What would you say to them?
Never stop at the first no. You never know what is behind the no. So keep pushing and keep moving forward. Have the confidence to try something new because you never want to limit yourself. And if you stop at that first no, that's exactly what you're doing.
What's the biggest challenge you've overcome in your life?
The biggest challenge so far, I guess recently, is graduating during a pandemic. I graduated in 2020 in the middle of COVID. And just to have that experience and know how difficult it was. I was the commencement speaker
Oh.
for Green Bay, and I didn't get to actually do the speech. There was video recorded.
Yeah.
And so just, I guess that was one of the hardest things that I had to deal with was just not being able to have that moment after, 4 years.
Yeah,
of
because you
college.
graduated
Yeah.
magna cum laude. I mean, you're
All that hard work.
Yeah, all that really,
Oh.
really hard work. You own a business.
Yes.
You are so busy. You're an amazing inspiration. Tell us about the business.
Yes, I am the founder of Modern Movement Apparel, and that is an athleisure apparel line. And it's based on the same principles of instilling confidence in all movers that are wearing my clothing. And yeah, check me out at modern_MVMT on Instagram.
That's so cool.
I have a question about pageantry again. When it comes to your relationships with other women, I think we're always kind of curious, like behind the scenes, do you get along? Do you encourage each other? Are you supportive or do things get a little like catty behind the scenes?
Yeah, so I'm new to the community here in the pageant world. And so thus far, it's been really supportive, and all of the young women that I have come into contact with are also dedicated, intelligent women involved in their communities. And so just to have that support system, it's like another sisterhood.
So when is Miss Wisconsin? Is that the next thing?
Yes, Miss Wisconsin is June 13th through the 18th of this year. So
Will it be
heading
virtual
up.
or in person?
It's in person in Oshkosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
So
it's so
coming up in
exciting.
June.
Yeah.
That is so
Do
exciting.
you get nervous?
Yes, I'm very nervous.
You'll do great. Yeah.
We are so proud of you.
Thank
This is
you.
fantastic for our city. Congratulations, Jada Davis, Miss Milwaukee 2022. It's been so much fun having you here.
Thank you so much for having me.